Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Brooke and Ridge doomed on The Bold and the Beautiful. The Bold and the Beautiful viewers were shocked last week when Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, made an unexpected comeback in Monte Carlo after leaving town over a year ago. Despite vowing to stay away from Ridge Forrester, Thorsten Kaye, Taylor is returning to Los Angeles. Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, and Ridge Forrester's Thorsten Kaye marriage has been amazing since his ex-wife skipped town. The iconic Bold and the Beautiful couple, lovingly dubbed Bridge, may be on their longest relationship streak yet. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Does Taylor Hayes want Ridge back? Not only are Brooke and Ridge in a great place in their relationship on The Bold and the Beautiful, their careers are also on fire thanks to the relaunch of Brooke's Bedroom, a lingerie line at Forrester Creations. Brooke and Ridge launched the line in Monte Carlo, and sales were through the roof. Their new lingerie line broke the internet and gave Forrester Creations cause to celebrate. What goes up must come down. Rumor has it when Taylor Hayes is done, Ridge will just be a pile of rubble. It's really not clear why Taylor Hayes is coming home. Some Bold and the Beautiful viewers think she has come back to fight for her man Ridge Forrester. On the other hand, there's a chance that Taylor wants nothing to do with Ridge and is coming home to help her daughter battle the Logan women. B&B spoilers. Taylor Hayes backed to defend Steffi Forrester. According to B&B spoilers, Taylor will be fuming when she learns that Brooke and Hope have been pushing Steffi out of the office slowly but surely. She'll have an axe to grind with Ridge for letting his wife and stepdaughter team up against Steffi. In the glittering world of The Bold and the Beautiful, few couples have been as iconic, as tempestuous, and as doomed as Brooke Logan and Ridge Forrester. Their love story, spanning decades, is one that has captivated millions of fans around the world, creating a legacy of passion, betrayal, and heartache that feels almost Shakespearean in its grandeur. But as the years go by and the cycles of their relationship repeat like the turning of seasons, one question looms larger than ever. Are Brooke and Ridge destined for a happy ending, or is their love story a tragic tale written in the sand, constantly washed away by the tides of fate? The history of heartache. Brooke and Ridge's relationship has always been a roller coaster of emotions, defined by soaring highs and devastating lows. From their first meeting when Brooke was the ambitious chemist and Ridge the charming playboy, their chemistry was undeniable. They became the ultimate power couple, with Brooke rising from humble beginnings to become a force to be reckoned with in the Forrester Creations boardroom, and Ridge standing by her side as her lover, protector, and sometimes tormentor. But the very intensity that drew them together also sowed the seeds of their eventual downfall. Ridge's commitment to his family, his devotion to the Forrester name, and his occasional wanderings into the arms of other women, particularly Taylor Hayes, have all driven a wedge between him and Brooke time and again. Meanwhile, Brooke's own passions, her desire for control, and her history of entanglements with other members of the Forrester family, including Ridge's brother, Thorne, and his father, Eric, have often made her Ridge's greatest ally and his most formidable adversary. The unraveling of destiny. In the latest chapter of their saga, it seems that Brooke and Ridge are once again at a crossroads, only this time the stakes feel higher than ever before. After years of fighting to keep their love alive, of enduring betrayals, misunderstandings, and the manipulations of others, they are both battle-weary. The idea of a future together, which once seemed like a certainty, now appears increasingly fragile. Brooke, ever the optimist, clings to the belief that their love can withstand any storm. She reminds herself of the many times they have beaten the odds, of how they have always found their way back to each other, no matter how dire the circumstances. But deep down, she knows that they have never faced a storm quite like this one. The past has caught up with them in ways that cannot be ignored, and the choices they have made over the years have come back to haunt them. Ridge, on the other hand, is beginning to question everything. The man who once believed that Brooke was his destiny is now plagued by doubts. He wonders if their love is truly meant to last or if they are simply fooling themselves. The constant cycle of breaking up and making up has worn him down, leaving him feeling more disconnected from Brooke than ever before. The idea of finding peace with someone else, of starting fresh with a woman who doesn't carry the same emotional baggage, is becoming more appealing by the day. The ghosts of lovers past. As Brooke and Ridge stand on the precipice of yet another breakup, they are haunted by the ghosts of their past loves. Taylor, Ridge's first great love and the mother of his children, has always cast a long shadow over his relationship with Brooke. Even though Taylor has moved on in her own way, her presence is still felt in every corner of Ridge's life. And now, with Taylor re-entering the picture, old wounds are reopened, and Ridge is forced to confront feelings he thought he had long buried. Brooke, too, is not without her own ghosts. Her deep, complicated feelings for Ridge have always been entangled with her history with other men, including Bill Spencer, the ruthless businessman who has always had a hold on her heart. As Ridge pulls away, Brooke finds herself drawn back into Bill's orbit, tempted by the possibility of rekindling a romance that once burned brightly. But even as she contemplates this, she knows that her heart still belongs to Ridge, yet the uncertainty of whether Ridge feels the same is tearing her apart. The final curtain. As the days pass and the tension between Brooke and Ridge reaches a breaking point, it becomes clear that something has to give. They can no longer continue in this painful limbo, trapped in a cycle of love and heartache that neither of them can escape. The realization dawns on them that perhaps, for the first time, they need to consider the possibility that their love story might not have a happy ending. Brooke, ever the fighter, refuses to give up without a battle. She confronts Ridge, laying her heart bare and begging him to remember the love they have shared, the family they have built together, and the dreams they have yet to fulfill. She reminds him of the vows they have made, the promises that have carried them through the darkest of times. But Ridge, with a heavy heart, tells Brooke that he is no longer sure that those vows are enough. He admits that he feels lost, that the love that once burned so brightly between them has been dimmed by years of hurt and betrayal. He speaks of the need for space, for time to heal, and to figure out who he is without her, a sentiment that cuts Brooke to the core. A love doomed or reborn. As they part ways, each of them is left to grapple with the reality of what comes next. For Brooke, the idea of a life without Ridge feels like a knife to the heart. She can't imagine a world where he isn't by her side, where she isn't fighting for their love every single day. Yet she also knows that she can't hold on to him if he doesn't want to be held. For Ridge, the road ahead is uncertain. He loves Brooke, of that he is sure, but whether that love is enough to sustain them through yet another storm is something he can no longer take for granted. As he steps into the unknown, he is forced to confront the possibility that maybe, just maybe, his future lies elsewhere. In the world of the bold and the beautiful, love is never simple, and happy endings are never guaranteed. Brooke and Ridge may be soulmates, but even soulmates are not immune to the ravages of time and the weight of their choices. Their love story is far from over, but whether it ends in reunion or final heartbreak is a question only time will answer. One thing is certain though, whatever the outcome, Brooke and Ridge's legacy will live on as one of the most epic love stories in soap opera history. Beautiful, bold, and ultimately, perhaps, doomed.